I tried my best, Raducanu's health worsens as coach hints at long-term break. London, England. A chill breeze swept across the empty practice courts at Roehampton, stirring fallen autumn leaves across the cracked clay surface. The soft hum of a tennis ball bouncing echoed faintly in the morning stillness. Inside, Emma Raducanu sat on a bench, towel draped over her shoulders, eyes distant, fingers tracing the worn leather her racket. She had just left the court after her third practice of the day. Her movements were deliberate, but her energy felt fragile, thinner than usual. "I tried my best," she whispered to no one in particular. The words carried a weight beyond mere defeat. They weren't just about a match lost. They were about her body, her mind, and the crushing expectations of a world that once saw her as untouchable. And now, even her coach, Andrew Richardson, a man who had guided her from teenage prodigy to U.S. Open champion, was beginning to whisper words Emma feared. The possibility of a long-term break. The golden teenager. It hadn't always been like this. Just 2 years prior, Emma Raducanu was the girl who stunned the tennis world at the 2021 U.S. Open, rising from qualifier to Grand Slam champion at 18. Headlines celebrated her as a phenomenon. The media dubbed her Britain's tennis miracle. Sponsorships flowed. Invitations to elite tournaments arrived by the dozen. But fame, as Raducanu soon realized, was a double-edged racket. Every match was scrutinized. Every swing analyzed. Every mistake magnified. She had gone from schoolgirl to global icon almost overnight, without the gradual adjustment period most athletes experience. Her body, once resilient, began whispering complaints. Tight shoulders, sore knees, and relentless fatigue haunted her. Yet, she played on. "I'm fine," she would tell her team. "I just need to practice." But she wasn't fine. A season of strain. The 2025 season had been relentless. From early spring tournaments in Miami to the clay of Madrid, Raducanu had pushed herself to maintain top form. Fans cheered. Commentators praised her tenacity. But behind the scenes, the young athlete was struggling. Muscle strains interrupted training. Sleep eluded her. Anxiety gnawed at her focus during matches. And every early loss in the tournament felt like a personal indictment, despite her undeniable talent. During a hard-fought second-round match at the Wuhan Open, she had collapsed after a long rally, clutching her leg. Medics rushed out, and the cameras caught her grimace of pain, which circulated across social media. The fans posted supportive messages. "Come back stronger, Emma. We know you'll rise again." But online admiration was cold comfort when the body itself refused to cooperate. Conversations in the dark. It was late September when Emma first sat down with her coach in their hotel room in Tokyo. Andrew Richardson studied her carefully. His hands were folded, his brow furrowed. "Emma, we need to talk about your health," he said gently. "I'm worried you're pushing yourself too hard. If we don't take a step back, this could become serious." Emma's eyes welled up. "I can't stop now. The season isn't over. I have sponsors, rankings, expectations." Andrew reached out and placed a steady hand on hers. "I know what you feel, but the only way you can truly succeed long-term is to honor your body. A break doesn't mean giving up. It means preparing for a stronger return." The young champion nodded slowly, absorbing the gravity of the conversation. Her coach's words were a lifeline wrapped in warning. The headlines break. A week later, news leaked. Emma Raducanu's health concerns could lead to extended break. The tennis world erupted. Social media filled with speculation. Is this the end of Raducanu's rise? She's too young to retire. What's happened behind the scenes? Emma watched the frenzy from her hotel balcony in Beijing. The city lights flickered below, but she barely noticed. The weight of global attention pressed down on her chest. "I didn't ask for this," she whispered. The struggle on the court. Her next match in Beijing was tense. The world's eyes were on her every move. Her opponent, a rising Japanese talent, pushed her to the limit. Emma's strokes were precise, but her body lagged behind her mind. Fatigue gnawed at her legs. Her shoulders screamed. She lost a match in straight sets, 6-3, 6-4. In the post-match press conference, she faced the reporters with courage, hiding the fear she felt inside. I tried my best, she said, her voice soft but sincere. I know my body isn't at 100%, but I'm doing everything I can to come back stronger. The world admired her honesty. Fans flooded social media with messages of support. Emma, we see your heart. True champions show resilience, not just victories. But inside, Emma's heart ached. She knew she was facing a crossroads. The coach's hint. Back in London, Andrew Richardson spoke candidly during a private interview. Emma is incredibly talented, but she's still growing as an athlete and as a human being, he said. Sometimes, the bravest move is stepping back. It's about longevity, not just a season. I wouldn't rule out a long-term break, if that's what she needs to heal fully. The words were careful, professional, yet heavy with implication. Emma read the interview. Her chest tightened. Could she truly step away from a sport she loved? Even temporarily? Would the public understand? Or would they see it as weakness? The announcement. Weeks later, Emma addressed the public in a heartfelt statement. This has been one of the toughest seasons of my life. My body and mind need time to heal. I want to continue pursuing my dreams in tennis, but I need a long-term break to come back stronger. I appreciate the love and understanding from my fans, family, and teammates. I tried my best, and I will continue to try my best in health, in spirit, and on the court. The statement spread like wildfire, praise for its honesty, courage, and humility. Fans and former champions alike celebrated her bravery. No longer just a champion in tennis, Emma became a symbol of resilience and self-awareness, reflection and resilience. As autumn turned to winter in London, Emma spent her days slowly rebuilding herself, physically and mentally. Yoga replaced grueling practice sessions. Meditation replaced sleepless nights. Nutrition, therapy, and reflection became daily rituals. She walked through quiet streets, journal in hand, rediscovering the joy of small things. A cup of tea, a conversation, the sound of leaves crunching underfoot. Her body healed. Her mind cleared. Her spirit strengthened. And though the world had seen her vulnerability, they now also witnessed her courage. Epilogue. The return awaits. Emma Raducanu's journey in 2025 had been marked by triumphs, heartbreaks, and revelation. Her U.S. Open victory would forever shine as a reminder of her potential. Her health struggles would remind the world that champions are human. But above all, she learned this. Trying your best isn't always about winning the match. Sometimes it's about honoring yourself, body, mind, and soul. And that is the true victory. When she returned to the courts, months later, Emma wasn't just a young phenom who won headlines overnight. She was a warrior who had learned the art of endurance, the grace of patience, and the power of knowing when to pause. And that, more than any trophy, would define her legacy. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.